The 1.5 update for Stardew Valley, it's gigantic, it's massive, it's huge, it's enormo honkoissimo. I give it 1.5 out of 1.5 stars. Spoilers are coming in this video, so tread lightly. Man, I can't even waste time with a bunch of cringy jokes. So let's just start. All right, let's start with Ginger Island. Ginger Island is here. It brings new everything. New dialogue, new events, new mini games, new puzzles, some new animals wandering around like parrots and butterflies. It even has its own obelisk and its own warp totem so you can get here to Ginger Island faster. All right, to get to Ginger Island, you'll need to accept a risky invite to Willie's private back room where he'll ask you to check out his huge ship. And once you repair this, you could buy yourself a ticket to Ginger Island. Now, if you're like me, you probably wondered if visiting an island filled with soulless husks is worth it, but it kind of seems like it might be. Leo's here. He's a new fully fledged Ginger. I mean, new character. And when I say fully fledged, I mean he's got likes, he's got dislikes, he's got hard events, he's got the whole shebang. There's even some new half-fledged NPCs. They come to offer some quests. You got Birdie, the pirate's wife. You got Gourmand, the hungry frog. And Professor Snail, and even the old Mr. Kai, I never knew how to pronounce his name. Mr. Kwai returns with some new challenges. There's a brand new shop. It's got fruit saplings. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. There's a new volcano dungeon. It's got new enemies, and it also has
the Forge.
Okay, so on Ginger Island, there is a dwarven forge inside the volcano that lets you use gems to improve and enchant your tools and weapons, and you can do all kinds of crazy improvements to your stuff. You can give yourself a bottomless watering can, or you can combine 2 ring effects into one. Sorry, you get so excited, your hat starts flying off. On Ginger Island, you can start a farm that lets you plant crops no matter what the season. Not really sure on the science behind how this works, but you can do it. There's actually some golden coconuts, which can be cracked open by Clint to get new stuff from them. But to be honest, there might be a new item in this patch that makes Clint
obsolete.
We'll talk about that later. And you can get a resort on the island, and you can finally get Abigail into that tankini.
This is the content I'm here for.
You can catch me wearing my tankini at twitch.tv/DrDrooo. You can catch some belly button lint there. So you can actually sleep here on the island once you get it set up. If you want to get away from, your alcoholic spouse's abuse for, a night or two. So take advantage of it. You can even use a shipping bin or get your mail here, which I think is pretty neat. Okay, let's get into the other stuff because there's still a lot. We got to move fast. They added a new beach farm layout, which is really pretty, but kind of tricky because you can't use sprinklers here. The sand clogs them. They added an ostrich as a farm animal who's really cute with really big eggs. Ginormous, humongissimo. There's new home renovations. There's the ability to move your bed around. You can even get rid of your bed if you want to give yourself unnecessary marital drama. You can move the greenhouse. Thank goodness. When starting your farm, you could choose default or randomized community center bundles. You could choose randomized mine chests. You can make the red cabbage seeds guaranteed to drop at least once in your first year, so you can guarantee a first-year community center. You can even tinker with the profit margins of the different stuff when you're starting a new farm, which is neat. You get more community upgrades now to add a couple more shortcuts around the island. You can change your name and gender in the wizard's basement. You can now put your furniture outside, which means you can Animal Crossing the ever-living fuck out of your farm. There are 7 new rings, aka the Ariana Grande special. Since you can get mango and banana saplings on Ginger Island, you can now have mango and banana fruits on your farm, and there's some new recipes to go with those fruits. There's a new fishing TV channel. I can't wait till we get like 1,000 channels and I can just sit on my couch and browse endless daytime soaps like I do in real life. I digress. At festivals like the Egg Festival and stuff, there's some new pop-up shops, there's some new dialogue. There's a new perfection rating that's tracking how much progress you've made in the game so far. And once you get, perfect progress, you get golden eggs, golden chickens, golden witches, a statue that shoots out prismatic shards like, oh my. There's new deluxe fertilizer, new deluxe speed grow, new deluxe retaining soil, which is important when your beach farm has no sprinklers. You could sit on stuff. You could sit on stuff all over town. Go sit on things. Go forth and sit. Finally, you can talk to people without having to dismount your horse. There's some new behavior for the slingshots, which is really a godsend for all the controller users. And that'll be a good addition to the console versions later. You know them hoes? Hoes don't fuck up your sprinklers anymore. Thank goodness for that. You can now push your chests around without having to empty them first, which is kind of huge. I mean, there's new clothing, there's new fish, there's new hairstyles, there's new furniture, there's new hats, new. There is just so much new stuff. Literally every category in this game has something new. If you want to see my next video on exploring some of all this new, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, it's fine. Speaking of new, we haven't even gotten into the new items you can craft. Crazy good. There's a new special order board in town with like larger, more complicated orders for different characters. And this is how you get the recipes for some really interesting items. Which amazing items? Let's list them off. Let's just do this. An auto petter, so you don't have to touch your gross animals. A bone mill, which turns your bone items into fertilizer. An automatic coffee maker to get a hot cup of joe to start your day. That one's my favorite. That one is my favorite. A new cookout kit to let you temporarily cook when you're out and about. A deconstructor, which breaks down your crafted items, but gets back the most valuable material in it. A horse flute to call your horse to you. There's a new farm computer, which shows really useful information about your farm, like how much farm you have left, and I think it shows farm animals. It shows a bunch of really useful stuff. That one's really cool. The geode crusher, that's gonna crush Clint's business. That's gonna crush his dreams of being able to support himself and Emily. No, but the geode crusher, it consumes coal, and you can crush geodes at your place without having to get to Clint's before 4 p.m. God, why does he close so early? A heavy tapper, which taps twice as fast as a normal tapper, which means getting all that oak resin for your kegs is gonna be a lot faster. There's gonna be a hopper, which automatically puts the items in it into the thing in front of it, which I could see putting it in front of a furnace to keep making bars. You can put it in front of a keg, I think, to keep making keg-related beverages. Mini obelisks, little mini obelisks that let you place them in different spots and teleport from one spot to the other. That's awesome. A mini shipping bin, which is a smaller shipping bin, but you can place it anywhere around town. You can place it outside your farm. A solar panel, which will naturally generate more battery packs to go along with your lightning rods. The statue of true perfection is not something you can make, but it is a thing that if you have perfect progress, literally just shoots out prismatic shards. Man, now that I've got unlimited prismatic shards, all my kids, they don't stand a chance. And a really interesting thing in that you can get a telephone, which you'll get random phone calls, but you can also call the stores to check on inventory and hours and things like that. You can always check hours on a map, but still, nice touch. And even after all this, that still isn't everything. That still isn't everything. There's still more. If you want to add some more color, red, purple, green to your farm, make sure to check out my fish pond guide video. Or if you're still in the mid game and getting your money and farm going, check out some of my advanced beginner tips or beginner tips videos. Otherwise, get off this dumb channel. Just go dive into the new content. Dive in and stay healthy. Doctor's orders.